Good morning children, welcome back to English class. So we are discussing the lesson what can a dollar and 11 cents do. I hope I have written glossary and summary of this lesson. Have you done or not? Complete your class work. Okay, in today's session we'll discuss the grammar part. Everybody open your textbooks, open page number 36. Page number 36. Okay, so under grammar part, question mark and exclamation mark. Question mark and exclamation mark. See, in our previous classes we have discussed about types of sentences, right? We have 4 types of sentences. First one is assertive or declarative. Second one interrogative. Third one imperative, and fourth one is exclamatory sentence, right? So we have discussed about that. So under that, if you take the second one and the fourth one, that is interrogative and exclamatory sentences. So these type of sentences end with question mark and exclamatory mark. So you know very well. So we generally use in our writing, right? Question marks and exclamatory mark. Question marks means it's obviously we use for questions. And coming to exclamatory mark, it will be used if we are going to express any feelings. So maybe like happiness, sadness, okay, anger, whatever it is. If we are defining or expressing about our feelings, in those type of sentences, we need to write exclamatory mark. See here, read the following conversation, paying social attention to the use of question mark and exclamation marks. Okay, so there is one small conversation in that you can observe the uses of question mark and exclamatory mark. First one, where is the champion of Israel? Shouted Goliath. So where is the champion of Israel? Is it question or not? Obviously, it's a question. Okay, so that's why it was given question mark. Next one, let him come and fight with me. Let him come and fight with me. It shows anger, which is a feeling. That's why we have to end that particular sentence with exclamatory mark. Third one, who is this man? Said David. Obviously, it's a question. Then, I'll go and fight him. So it's like a declarative sentence only. So we need not to write any question mark or exclamatory mark here. So just it's a normal sentence. That's why full stop was given there. Coming to the last one, how stupid you are. So this is also again, it shows his concern. That's why it was ended with exclamatory mark. So like this, we have to use question mark and exclamatory mark. And there is one more short conversation. So I have written on the board. So let's read the conversation first. This is the conversation between Tess and the shopkeeper. This was already in the lesson only. So let's see that. Okay, so Tess, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? Shopkeeper, I'm sorry. Tess, why? Shopkeeper, because we don't have any medicine like a miracle. Then Tess, what a pity. So here question marks and exclamatory marks are missing. So this particular part comes under punctuation marks. So in your exam, one paragraph will be given which comes under conventions of writing. In that, you need to take care of these grammatical mistakes, especially about punctuation marks. So you have to check for the punctuation marks mainly like full stop, question mark, exclamatory mark, comma, inverted commas and apostrophe. Those are important. Not only that, along with that, you need to check for the capital letters. So capitalization, again you know that each and every sentence must be start with the capital letter. Later we know the rule that all the proper nouns like they will start with capital letter. So you need to take care of all these things while answering that particular bit. Okay, so here we are talking about only 2 marks, question marks and exclamatory marks. So let's observe the first one, what it is, how much does it cost? So obviously it's a clear cut one, that is it's a question. That means what we have to write here? How much does it cost? So this is a question. She was asking. She was trying to know the cost of that particular medicine. So how much does it cost? Question mark. Write down in your textbook itself. Okay. Need not to repeat the sentence. Just place question mark there. That's it. Next one. I'm sorry. So which represents the feeling. So it must be and with exclamatory mark. Third one, very simple one. Why? Obviously it's a question. Question mark. Coming to the fourth one. Because we don't have any medicine like a miracle. So it's like a statement. Okay, straight sentence. It's not a question or we are not expressing any feeling here. That's why full stop was given there. Observe that one. Okay, it was already given. So we need not to make any changes here. Last one, what a pity. Again, that's a feeling. So you need to write exclamatory mark. So here is the first one, that is question mark. Second one, exclamatory. And third one, question mark. Fourth one, no changes. Fifth one, exclamatory mark. Understood? Copy it. Okay. So now let's move on to the next topic, that is apostrophe. Read the following passage. Andrew's disease worried Tess' parents because they didn't have enough money for the treatment. Tess heard her father's words. She decided to buy a miracle to cure her brother's disease. She went to the medical store to buy the medicine. The shopkeeper said, "We don't sell any miracles here. I'm sorry." So if you observe this particular paragraph, there are some words which are given in bold. So bold means you know that, right? So like dark letters. So what are those? Andrew's disease, Tess' parents, father's words, brother's disease, we don't, and. So all these are given in bold letters, right? So in all those words, we can observe one punctuation mark. What is that? There is one mark, you can observe that, right? So that is called as apostrophe. That particular mark is called as what? Apostrophe. So look at the symbol here. It should be written like this. So there also, here also you can observe. So it must be written like this. Okay, so this apostrophe can be used in two different cases. First one is possessive form and second one is contracted form. So this symbol can be used in two different scenarios or cases. First one is possessive form, second one is contracted form. Coming to the possessive form. So we know about possessive pronouns, right? Then what's about this possessive form? Possessive means it indicates if any particular thing belongs to anyone, that can be determined by using this apostrophe. For example, we can say that this is Deepika's book. This is Deepika's book. Or else we can say Harsha's house. Okay. So like that, if you are like defining or saying in the things or anything, whatever. So particularly if you are going to mention the nouns which indicates the belongings. Okay, so that case is called as possessive form. So here Andrew's disease means who are like affected by this one. Who got this disease? Andrew's disease. So that means it refers to Andrew here. So that's why it was given apostrophe. Second one also, brother's disease. Here also brother means Andrew only. One more word is there in that paragraph. Let us see that. Father's words. Father's words means who said that? That was said by father. Father's words. Okay. So all those are. So that three words, that means Tess' parents. Okay. Whose parents? Tess' parents. That is called as possessive form. Okay, that is called as possessive form. Coming to the next one, contracted form. This one is also called as short form. Contracted form is also called as short form. Okay. So we use this one whenever we write the negative forms. Mostly we use to represent negative forms along with auxiliary verbs. Okay, so we know the auxiliary verbs, right? We have 24, which are also called as helping verbs. Along with auxiliary verbs, mostly in negative case, that means isn't, wasn't, aren't, won't, like that. If you are using in that case, we use the symbol apostrophe. So that particular form is called as contracted form or short form. Okay, so if you take this word, this one already given in textbook, right? Don't. So this is short form. What is the expanded form of this one? How can you expand this one? By writing like this. Do not. So we can say do not. Okay, by using apostrophe, that can be written like don't. Both are same. Do not and don't, both are same, but just we are making it as short form by saying like don't. Coming to the next one also, we can write I am. I am. So this one is the expanded one. This one short form. Okay, so short forms or contracted forms can be written by using the symbol apostrophe. Okay, do not, short form, don't. Am, here in two cases we pronounce like am only, but for writing we use this symbol and just we write only m. Here a we don't write here. Okay, so that's the case. So two forms, possessive form and contracted form. Here in this one actually we are going to discuss mostly about the second one, that is contracted form or short form. I'll write some more examples on the board. Let's observe. Okay children, I have written some examples on the board. Okay, first one, didn't. Full form, did not. Second one, I will. So it must be written like this. Be careful here. I will. Okay. Third one, will not. Will not should be written like won't. Don't say willn't. We have to say won't. I won't come to office tomorrow. Okay, so this one is very, very important. Don't write like willn't. What we have to say? Won't. W-O-N apostrophe and T. Okay, next one. This one is I had or I would. Okay, so observe this one. Just we are writing like I apostrophe and D. That's it. So it can be read as like I had or I would. So it depends upon the sentence. If it is in past tense, we have to say I had. So if it is representing about future, we have to read it as I would. So be careful again here. Next one, can't. Full form, cannot. Okay, so cannot must be written like can't. I can't do this. Next one, should not. Should not, again the same thing, shouldn't. Okay, so just write down all these words in your homework book. Okay, next one, hadn't. Had not, haven't, have not, isn't, is not. So in all these cases you can observe apostrophe. So didn't, I will, won't, I would, can't, shouldn't, hadn't, haven't, isn't. Okay, so all these are called as contracted forms or short forms, and this one, I mean this particular column comes under expanded form. This one comes under expanded form. Okay, this one short forms or contracted forms. Okay, let's see the paragraph given in the textbook, page number 37. So observe that paragraph once. The apostrophe is used here to talk about something that belongs to or somebody or something. So the apostrophe is used to here to talk about something that belongs to somebody or something. but it is also used to indicate the omission of a few letters, thus forming short forms or contractions. So we have seen two different ways. First one is possessive form, which indicates that belongs to somebody or something. Second one indicates about the omission of few letters. Omission means just we don't write that one, we leave them. So in this case, we have seen so many examples here, right? If you look at this one, I will. So coming to the short form, just we are writing I and double L. That's it. That means here we are missing these two letters, omitting these two letters. That is called omission. Okay, by doing this, we are making it as a short one or contracted one. Okay, so that's what given in the paragraph. Next. Don't is the short form of do not. Similarly, am is the short form of I am. June 9th is the short form of June 2009. Observe that one, children. So June 2009, how it was given? Just see that. June apostrophe 09. Okay. Next. In this case, apostrophe indicates that some letters or numbers are omitted. So these are the two cases. Okay. I think 3 sentences are given there. Let's see how to convert them into short forms. Read the following sentences and identify the contracted forms. Rewrite them in long form. So what is the first sentence? I don't know, she replied. He is really sick and mommy says he needs an operation. So first identify the contracted forms in that sentence first. How many are there? 2. First one is don't and second one is he is. Okay, circle those two words first with pencil. Then write the full form, long form, expanded form. So what is the expanded form of don't? We have already done that. That is do not. Next, he is. How to write that one? He, normally is. He is. Okay. There itself write with pencil. Second one. But daddy can't pay for it. So what is the short form there? Can't. What is the full form? Cannot. Can't full form? Cannot. Okay. Third one. Let's see if I have the kind of miracle he needs. Let's see if I have the kind of miracle he needs. So what are the short forms in that sentence? 2 are there, right? Let's, I have. So this one, full form let and uss. Let us. Okay, let us see. Let us see. So that can be written as let's. Okay. Next one, I have. So that one we have already done. But anyway, expanded form becomes I have. So just write that one. I have. Okay. Next, coming to the third bit, read the full story. So there is one paragraph. I'm just reading. 2 rats fell into a milk pot. The first rat stopped making attempts to swim, thinking that no one would save it. So it drowned and lost its life. The other rat decided to continue swimming in the pot round and round. After some time, the milk turned into curd. The rat sat on it and thus saved its life. Okay, so that's a small story. In that, if you observe carefully, you can find some words are underlined. So what are the underlined words here? Fell, stopped, lost, decided. So what are the underlined words here? Fell, stopped, lost, decided. So what do you think? What are these words? Comes under which parts of speech? So clearly all these words are verbs. So our next topic is verbs. You know about verbs, right? What are verbs? verbs or action words, which indicates the action done by noun or pronoun. Verbs indicates the action done by noun or pronoun. If you take the first sentence, two rats fell into a milk pot. So fell is our verb. Okay. So who fell into the pot? Two rats. Two rats comes under noun. Okay. So these are verbs. I'm going to end this today's session. In tomorrow's session, we'll discuss about verbs and types of verbs. Okay. So today's homework. And note down about your FE2 project also. Okay, children. So this is our FE2 project. I hope you have done FE1 project. That is, you need to write about any two historical places of Telangana. So coming to second one, write about any two medicinal plants. I think you know the meaning. Medicinal plants means generally we have at our home mainly like tulsi, aloe vera, neem. Okay, so like that you can search about different medicinal plants and you can write about that. Page the pictures and write about them. Okay, so that's going to be your FA2 project. And today's homework, workbook page number 100, third bit. So this is from workbook. Page number 100, third bit. 101, grammar and conventions of writing. Okay, so make a note and finish your works. Thank you.